Boom, baby. How insanely violent it was when. Too real for you, Billy.
Do your part.
Oh
No
my
one can
God, that
hide
was
from
nasty.
my sight.
Good evening, Nexus gamers. Welcome to Nexus Gaming Series. This is Season 16. I am your host, theStroke, and this is going to be a Division C East Battle Royale. Heavy Greg versus all random, all middle-aged, which I totally relate to, because that's the only game mode that I have time to play anymore, sadly. But if you're joining me, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to NGS action. And these two teams are going to duke it out tonight. Let's take a look at the standings for Division C East. Heavy Greg on there somewhere, I imagine. Is this... I don't see him. That's awkward, because there's all random, all middle-aged. But we'll get that figured out. But all random, all middle-aged rocking 3 points so far, sitting in 4th place. And waiting for some victories. This is only their second match, I believe. They had a 2-0 domination in their first match. So a lot of other teams have gotten some flex games done. But trying to figure out where Heavy Greg is on the tournament standings. That's awkward. Maybe they have a different name. But anyways, before the game gets started, let's take a look real quick at the map draft. All random, all middle-aged did win the coin toss and elected to go with first hero pick. So Heavy Greg went ahead and banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines, those Diablo maps. And all random, all middle-aged. Imperial Rhino, welcome. You're always the best. Alteric Pass and Braxis Holdout. So we are going to be headed to Dragonshire, picked by Heavy Greg in our first match, or our first game of the night. And should be a good one. Getting the lobby set up. Let's take a look at a quick player highlight. Over on the side of all random, all middle-aged, Muffin Man, the healer, rocking a 60% win rate in NGS last season with a 10.9 KDA. The thing that stands out to me is the time dead. He only spends about 48 seconds every game dead. So if you're Heavy Greg, you're gonna have an issue trying to get this man killed. We'll see what they're able to do tonight, but 81,000 average healing. It's pretty good. Rocking a hero pool of about 7 last season. But playing the most Rhaegar, Stukov, and Anduin. So Muffin Man, Heavy Greg's going to have their hands cut out for them tonight, trying to bring this clutch healer down. And we'll see if they're able to do so. I think if they're able to, they'll probably walk away with the win. If they can make those stats all go down, if they can just be better than the other team, then they'll probably win. And that's that. But if you're joining me for the first time, welcome to the stream. We have a good time here. We're going to have a good, hopefully 3 games of NGS action. And we're going to be heading into the first draft on Dragonshire here in about 3, 2, 1. All right. Red team is going to be banning first. All random, all middle-aged with the first hero pick of the night. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Stukov ban. Stukov rocking a 51% win rate in NGS last season. Either picked or banned 59% of the time in all matches in NGS, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to think about. But we'll see what all random, all middle-aged decides to go with. And it is going to be the Garage Band. Stukov Band over on the side of Heavy Greg. I told you. I told you. There's the Brightwing Band from All Random, All Middle-Aged.
The Crusade calls.
And first pick over to All Random, All Middle-Aged, the Johanna for Modus Trollum. 2 picks over to the side of Heavy Greg. Let's take a look at Johanna's stats from last season in NGS. Rocking a 41% pick rate or 52% ban rate with a 57% win rate. It's insane. All right, Diablo Vala. I like it. High damage output. Two more picks over to the side of All Random, All Mid. They've got their tank. Johanna's really good on this map, but so is Diablo. Rhaegar and Leoric. All right, our last ban from both teams on this map. Explain the banning part to me. So at the beginning of each round, each team will ban 2 heroes out, and then they'll get to pick a couple heroes, and then there'll be one more ban in the middle of the draft. So Tychus banned out. These are heroes that you can't pick if they get banned. Last ban. All random, all middle-aged. And that's going to be the Anduin targeting Ol. Let's see who Heavy Greg decides to round out their draft with. Three seconds. Sylvanas for Randy Newman and Corrosive on the Uther. Uther's probably going to need some healing help, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a second healer. The stun lock capability is going to be pretty crazy. Last 2 picks over to the side of All Random, All Middle-Aged. And it's going to be Gul'dan and Grainy.
Will rise again.
Last pick of this map. To the side of Heavy Greg. I got to know who Greg is. Ola says Lagwagon X in the chat. Welcome. Welcome to some NGS Season 16 Week 2 action. Division C East. Heavy Greg versus All Random, All Middle-Aged. And it's going to be Thrall for Synthesis. Alright, we'll see if we get any swappy swaps here. I don't believe so. If they do, it's usually the damage heroes. And we are locked in, heading to Dragonshire. Game number 1. in this Division C East matchup. I like it. I like the drafts overall. If I had to guess, I'm going to give the slight advantage over to Heavy Greg, just draft-wise. I like the combo a little bit better, but... All right, for the blue team, we have Corrosive on Uther, Synthesis playing Thrall, Climbowink on Vala, Randy Newman on Sylvanas, and Farfanugan on the Diablo. For the red team, Poppin' Fresh on Leoric, Killer Fairy on Gul'dan, Muffin Man playing Rhaegar, Modus Trollin on Johanna, and Soza on Greymane. Yep, a good teamer is prepared, scouts the opponent, and has... Yep. So you do a lot of research. Well, not a lot, but you do research on what the other team does, and then you also want to ban stuff based on, you know, kind of what your team wants to do and what would be bad against that. We might get a Sylvanas cheese here in the bottom lane. And there you have it. Let's see if Farfanugan is able to delay. No. He is. I got about half the tower down, as is tradition. Alright, chat, what do you guys think? What are we going to see here in this map number 1? Are we thinking Heavy Gray, or are we thinking middle-aged? Those middle-aged folks playing randomly in the middle. Let us know in the chat. Let me get an A-Ram for all random mid and HGs for Heavy Grade. Show them support, you know? There's nothing better than going back to watch a VOD when you're playing in NGS and seeing all the support you're getting in the chat. Alright, camps being picked up. Siege camps for both teams. No aggressive invades going on. Level 1 talents. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we're going to see the classic battle between Thrall and Rhaegar. Okay, it's not that classic, but it happens. Alright, both Dragon Shrines are owned by the blue team, but looks like Leoric's going to be able to push Thrall off in the top lane. Just some minor poking going on, contesting for both tanks. Vala's going to get down here on Modus Trollin just to let him know he's there. So far, Diablo left Gul'dan, get a full channel there. Modus got to be careful. He already used his trait. Yeah, he's going to go down here. Very nice on Farfanugan's part to wait for him to use his trait and realize he was in a bad spot between a wall and a Diablo place. Both shrines here available, and Dragon looks like Poppin' Fresh is going to have to stay mid lane to keep the Dragon Shire from being captured, or the Dragon Shrine from being captured. Paula does have to be careful. She don't like being smacked by that giant mace. Meanwhile, the tank for all random, all middle age is back. Rooting for Greg, Lagwagon says. All right, old Greg. Let's see what they can do. All right. Thrall does chase Leoric off the top lane. Uh-oh, Randy Newman's getting pretty low from Selza, who dives in and gets focused by Diablo. Valha misses both of her skill shots. And we are going to see an engage here by Corrosive onto the Gul'dan. And they do chase off all random, all middle age off of the point. No one in the middle can channel the dragon. Uh-oh, Farfanugan's been relatively low. He's able to get a nice heal from his fire, but a lot of members for Heavy Greg gonna have to back off a little bit. Tap. I think I'm just rooting for 3 games. Yeah, that's how I don't really care much in the way of who wins it all, but I would like to see extra damage. Rhaegar getting low. Vala also very low. Thrall is able to... Uh-oh, there goes the Vala. I hate to see it. That cocktail. Thrall is going in. He misses his skill shot, but he does chase the orc off of the shrine. He's going to have to tap. Now camp's being picked up by Greymane, or at least one siege camp. And we do see a slight level advantage, experience advantage for all random, all mid. Johanna Trey is down. She's going to have to be careful once again. But the Greymane is just going onto the back line. Diablo's going to have to be careful. He's going to need to protect his squishies a little bit. Meanwhile, Thrall's just bullying Leo off the point. Here goes the siege giants. There goes one tower down. In the bot lane. Uh-oh. Greymane in a bad spot. Does get saved by his healer. Meanwhile, kind of at a stalemate with the dragon shrines, as is typical. And Modus Trollin is going to hearth back, so this does open up a little window for Heavy Grey. Let's see if we get a siege camp focus. Here we do. Leo rotating to the top lane and Gul'dan to the bottom shrine. They do know he's by himself, so let's see if they decide to get in there with Uther. Yeah, there it is. That hungering arrow finishing him off. Very nice engage, knowing that he was most likely by himself. There goes 3 members of all Rangers picking up a camp. Meanwhile, losing siege and forts and all kinds of stuff here in the bottom lane with the Sylvanas push. Alright, level 10s are online. It's going to be the Blessed Shield with Taunt, Horrify, Cursed Bullet, and Ancestral Healing. Uh-oh, Diablo's good spot. Can they channel the dragon? Oh, great stall by Vala to prevent the auto attack from Leo with her ult. Very, very nice. And the first Dragon Knight goes over to the side of Heavy Grey. I'm old Greg. I'm a scaly manfish. One tower down in the mid lane. Dragon Knight is going to work. Oh, one more auto attack. Get that thing out of here. Uh-oh, fight breaking out down here in the bottom lane. Alright, the dragon is down. Oh, no, still up. Uther's still rocking a little bit of health on that dragon. He's going to see if he can get it rid of the fort. And they do. Ooh, Fear gets 3 members of Heavy Grey going, but not a whole lot of follow-up damage. Diablo is going to have to jump in on the back line. He does have his souls. There's Divine Shield. He is able to walk out of there with his health, but everyone low for Heavy Grey, and we might see a snowball triple kill here. Randy Newman getting very, very low. Oh, this might be 4, possibly 5. Get that last one. Nope, Thrall's going to be able to get out of there. 4 kills to nothing after getting the fort, and now they're just going to return the favor. Gul'dan does finish his quest on the right train, getting them globes and globules. Greymane using his inner beast to take out that fort, and now they're going to turn their eyes towards this bottom bruiser camp. So level lead. for all random, all mid. And though Heavy Greg did win the Dragon Knight, they didn't get a whole lot of separation as in way of structure, as that 4-man kill allowed all random, all mid to take down the bottom port.
Another chance to prove.
All right, 7 kills to 3 in favor of all random, all mid. Roots Camp picked up in the top lane for Heavy Greg. We're going to see a aggressive engage here. Not the one you want to get it on. There's a 3-man fear on Diablo, followed by Curse Bullet, and he does go down. No souls to be had. The 2-man Entomb, and there's 2 more members going down. Looks like Divine Shield does get popped on Vala. I don't know if she'll be able to get out of there. Yes, she does. But Uther goes down in the process. And now it appears that momentum has shifted in way of all rain and all wind. 9 kills to 3 in favor of them. That says steamrolled. Yeah, that's what I would call that. Gul'dan does go down from the tower damage, unfortunately. And now, oh, the mind control does miss. Does Sylvanas get greedy? No, she doesn't. She doesn't have enough health as those minions start poking down her health. The Dragon Shrines are active. We see Leoric picking up the one in the top lane. Diablo working on the one in the bottom lane. Let's see if he gets his support over here. First bullet goes out on him. He's at 3/4 health, and now Greymane going to town. Remember, Diablo doesn't have Uther with him yet. There it is. Uh-oh. Sylvanas is going to go in, get the double haunting wave, and takes out Greymane in the process. Very nice engage there, waiting for just the right time for Uther to show up. And now we'll see what Thrall's able to do against Leoric. Gets the root down. Let's see if he pops his ult here to get the kill. Nope. Looks like he may have already used it. He had. Diablo going into the channel. Leoric is there for the interrupt. While it gets... Oh, the Dragon Knight is picked up as Leoric is not able to interrupt again. And he may go down as Dragon Knight. And Thrall does get Leo. Sylvanas in there focusing Gul'dan, and he goes down from the Vala W. And now this Dragon Knight is just punching away at this fort. They're looking for more. Mind control goes out onto Greymane, and he goes down as well. Very nice follow-up. Uh-oh. Losing the heat at 13 minutes in makes it an uphill climb. There are 2 members still down. They're going to try to go for the 4. I don't know about this call. Major damage coming out onto the Dragon Knight. Diablo's going to have to get out of there if he can. But they do get a keep and a couple of kills. Now they're looking to go top lane, take out this fort. You do have to watch out for this Entomb. Mind control does miss. And they're just going to settle with that top fort. So all of a sudden a little momentum shift over to the side of Heavy Greg. Picking up the Dragon Knight and a couple of kills, and now we're at 18 to 18. 8 to 9 kills, and this is a fairly even match. Unfortunately, missing out on that keep at this stage in the game makes it a constant battle to push out that mid lane. All right, Cruiser Camp's being worked on by Heavy Greg in the bot lane. See if we get any sort of contesting going on. We do not. And now it looks like they're all happy to head towards the top. Maybe get this minion wave, work towards level 20. It's a race to level 20. And I dare say Heavy Greg is probably going to get there first.
My beloved is gone, but his power remains. Control the
And with
shrines
that, you
and
hear
make use
the
of it.
Dragon Queen lamenting about something about her husband. I'm very confused. Not sure about the cannon. And there we have it. Level 20 available for Heavy Greg. It is going to be Wind Rush for Thrall, Acrobat for Vala, Lord of Terror for Diablo, and the Dark Lady's Call. Level 20s are up for our other team, all random, all middle-aged, and they're ready to fight. There is a camp pushing top lane, so they do have to be careful here. Stun goes out on the Johanna. She does use her trait. Let's see if we get the first bullet engaged like we have seen. Oh, the silencing and soon misses. There goes first bullet onto Diablo. He does get Divine Shield from Uther, and here comes the Lightning Breath damage all around. Everyone low, but there goes the Ancestral Healing. Stun out on the Rhaegar. So much damage and so much health. Amazing fight there. Oh, Diablo rushes in onto the Gul'dan as he tries to use his life drain. Uther getting very, very low. Here comes the Uther heals. We'll see if it turns the tides. First bullet finishes off the Uther. Sylvanas got to be very, very careful. Uther is finally exhausted. Vala, able to get out of there. Thrall has to teleport out of there, and Farfignugan may go down here. He's getting a lot of healing from that W, but probably not enough to survive. Especially with New York coming back. Oh, so much healing from that W. Mind Control gets out on Thrall. There's the Silencing Tomb, followed by Cursed Bullet. Farfignugan, how are you still alive? He does have his souls. He'll be back here shortly. Meanwhile, Vala's looking for some kills. Thrall does get the kill on both Gul'dan and Leoric with that beautiful Sunder. And what a fight. That thing happened all the way back here. Oh, by the way, the Dragon Shrines are available. Meanwhile, that camp still working on this bottom keep. So much experience. And we are probably going to see a Dragon Knight in favor of, for the third time, Heavy Greg. Maybe that's who Heavy Greg is. It's the Dragon. It's their sixth team member.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
There goes the keep in the top lane. Dragon Knight may have just saved Rhaegar, but it doesn't matter because this level 21 Dragon Knight is going to chunk down this core like nobody's business, and we may see the first win go over to... Uh-oh, Sylvanas getting very, very low. Uther goes down. Damage going out onto the core, and that is going to be GG. Game number 1 goes over to Heavy Greg for the win. All right, let's take a look at some stats. Even on the kills, 12 to 12 at the end there. Sylvanas rocking it with 125,000 siege damage and 63,000 hero damage. Vala not far behind. Meanwhile, Greymane leading the way with 5 kills and 92,000 damage. Those cursed bullets just chunking health from Diablo all game long. Excellent match. That was fun to watch. Heavy Greg taking the victory. And we'll see what all random, all mid is going to do next to turn the tides and get us to game number 3. If you know what I mean. Let's see where we're headed next for game number 2. All random, all mid-age. He's going to be able to pick between first pick and map pick. Some good maps left. I'd like to see maybe Towers. Volskaya wouldn't be too shabby. I don't remember the last time I cast a match on Cursed Hollow. But if this is your first time in the chat, welcome. Glad to have you here. And if you like what you hear and see, hit that little heart down there. Just click it. Click it. Just kidding. All your support I need is you being here tonight, making this chat spicy. We had a good game first map on Dragonshire. These two teams were duking it out, 12 kills to 12. Went back and forth a little bit. Momentum shifted a couple times, but in the end, the 3 Dragon Knights in favor of Heavy Greg. Just a little too much. Just a little bit too much pressure. Waiting on word on our next map. Just waiting. If you're all random, all mid, I think you look at that match and you say, hey, we were in it. We were leading early. We had a level lead. We threw a fight. But I wouldn't change a whole lot of your strategy. I think they played pretty well. They had some solid engages, and I think you just stick with what you got. Don't lose faith. Still no word on where we're heading next. Let us know in the chat. Where do you guys want to go? We're gonna see a Tomb of the Spider Queen. A little bit of Sky Temple. All right. We are headed to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Tomb of the Spider Queen picked by Heavy Greg as our game 1 runners up, if you will. All random, all middle age decided to go with first hero pick again. And it looks like we've got too many people in the lobby, so that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Lagwagon, thanks for the follow. You rock. Disney. What are you talking about, Imperial Rhino? Disney. We going? All right, we are headed to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Just waiting for the draft to get set up. Oh, you guys are going. Okay, it's happening. I wish. I can't get off work. All right, we are headed to Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2. Heavy Greg versus all random, all middle-aged. First ban over 2 ARAM. ARAMA. Who do they ban? They didn't like the Garrosh last time. And then they kind of focused on some healers. And there it is. The Garrosh ban. Garrosh, he didn't do so hot, I don't think, last season in NGS. 11% win pick rate with only a 42% win rate. But he does have the tendency to screw up your game plan. Alright, ban Stukov once again for Heavy Greg. Map number Tomb. Haha, nice. Dad joke. And the Diablo ban. They did not like that last time. First pick. Or next ban. For Heavy Greg. Diablo rocked at 23% pick rate, 23% ban rate, and an even 50% win rate last season in NGS. This is all of NGS. I'm still waiting on stats for Division C alone. And it is going to be the Vala ban from Heavy Greg. And we're going to see Johanna right away. Picked up by Otis trolling. He be trolling. 2 picks over to the side of Heavy Greg, leading 1-0 in a best of 3. Spider butts, does whatever a spider butt does. ETC Malfurion.
Grant us strength.
Some wombo combo potential there. 2 more picks over to the side of ARAM. Poppin' Fresh going with the Sonya and the Chromie for Souza. Sonya gets a lot of NGS love. Doesn't do so hot, but she gets picked relatively often. All right, the Rhaegar band coming out. They did not like those double ancestrals. And last band for ARAM. It's going to be Jaina. A mage ban. All right, 2 more picks over to Heavy Greg. Heavy Gregory. Chim Chim did swap out for Farfanugan, who's now with us in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you here. Let's see if Synthesis is going to go with the Maiev.
Hell,
And a
it's
Tychus.
about damn time.
Last 2 picks for ARAM. How do they want to round this thing out? They need a healer and the X Factor. Sylvanas
Victory for the Forsaken.
Anduin. Anduin for the Muffin Man. We saw he did like to play that in our early game analysis. Last pick over to Mr. Climbable Unk. Or Mrs. Or Miss. Or Ms. Mr. Doesn't matter. Gaslow. Oh boy.
One-man wrecking crew.
Talk about point lockdown. This is a really crazy looking comp. I would not want to play into this, especially if Synthesis is good on Maiev. All right, that is it. We are locked in. We are headed to game number 2 on Tomb of the Spider King Queen. Good lord. Good lord. All right, for your blue team, we have Corrosive on ETC, Synthesis playing the Maiev, Climbable Unk on Gaslow, Randy Newman on Malfurion, and Chim Chim on the Tychus. For the red team, Poppin' Fresh playing Sonya, Killer Fairy on the Sylvanas, Muffin Man on Anduin, Modestrollin on Johanna, and Souza on the Chromie. Good luck, had fun's going out. I'm ready. These 2 teams are ready. Chat's ready. Let's go. The spiders and their butts are ready. Tychus just getting the memo that he's required in the mid.
2, 1.
No time lost.
Slay them all, heroes.
No one gets turning ever. I'll let you know tomorrow when this game's finally over. Maybe a long one. Take a look at some level 1 talents here. We are going to be, Root goes down on the Sylvanas, who does get pulled out of there by Anduin. The get out of jail free card. And this is very frustrating as a team. When you think you got it locked up with a kill, and here goes nothing. Just a little pull on out of there. Johanna trait is down, but the healing's going to be fine. Nope, she still had it. Chromie already doing big time damage. Take a look here. Already at 3,000. This is a really weird matchup. Very awkward. Sonya Gaslow. all day long, EPC is just going to get time trapped. So far, about 20 gems to 20 gems. Synthesis is going to pour it in there on top and fresh. EPC's trying to just kind of play it cool, not get too crazy. He does go in onto the back line, but misses his slide. And my end is going to be problems with that, especially with that timely root there from Alfurion. Very nice. Mark my words, that's going to be an issue later. Alright, 20 gems is turned in for Heavy Greg. This is going to be just a frustrating day for Pop and Fresh. Just shy of enough gems. 35 still in hand for ARAM. A lot of gems being lost here in the top lane. And we do have enough if they want to try to force a turn in here. For Heavy Greg. Uh-oh, my head is... I'm kind of looking at the CC potential for... ARAM, and it's all going to be dependent on these time traps, I think. The poke damage is going to be real, though, from these doing things. Sitting at 12,000 damage already. Alright. Turn is coming. Oh, power slide over the wall. Growth are getting relatively low. Tyke is caught in a snare. But overall, kind of just a stalemate. Oh, Gazlo does go down. Does lose a big chunk of gems. They still have enough gems to turn in here, but they did lose a lot there. As I did miss that kill. Apologies. He's got to be a little bit careful. He does have his trait, chases off Pop and Fresh. Now the gem turn-in is now favoring ARAM. And blue team does get the turn-in the bottom. First wave of spiders going over to Heavy Greg. Tether does go down on the Souza. Smartly runs back towards Maev. No major damage or harm done. Slight level advantage. Not too much for Heavy Greg as we race to level 10. Gazlo pushing with his Spider Queen. Uh-oh, Johanna getting very, very low. Hops on that horse, but it's not going to be enough. Lose a bunch of gems. And that's going to hurt. Now they're looking at about 22 gems remaining. Enough to get the turn in. There's that power slide through the wall. Haven't seen that in a while. And unfortunately for Heavy Greg, they do not have the resources to turn in immediately. We'll see if they get an aggressive defense on these turn-in points, on these eggs. Eggs for Gregs. And everyone's just kind of hanging out. Ooh, we are going to see a temporal loop from Chromie, probably with a Blessed Shield follow-up and possible leap, mind control. Could get a stun lock combo going. Both teams now trying to get that next turn-in done. Mind control does go out onto Maiev, followed by all the stuns in the world. And unfortunately, ETC goes down as well. So that's what we were looking for. So not a whole lot of CC pre-10s, but now with the 10s, oh boy. Watch out. Anyone on this team is going to be blown up. Malfurion doesn't have the tools to keep those people alive for very long. And we are going to see 4 turned in by Anduin. And the second wave of spiders going over to all random, all middle-aged. Tides are turning. Oh, Maiev gets a 4-man tether. But the damage coming out onto her focus here. Here comes the Malfurion ult to get her back up. Leap does go out onto Maiev, followed by Blessed Shield, and there goes Maiev once again. Temporal Loop also takes out ETC. And 2 kills in favor of ARAM. And they want some more. Now Furion goes down as well. 3 kills real quick, 6-1 in favor of all random, all middle-aged. I like what I see with this CC. A double root by Anduin. The Punish is just doing bad things. Still hasn't even completed the quest, but man, that's just that slow. It's just hard to deal with, and they do have enough gems for an immediate turn-in once again. And now this game is looking a little bit lopsided. If you're Heavy Greg, you're gonna have to be very careful with this CC. All right, second wave in a row for the red team, or orange if you're looking at my colorblind setting. Hoppin' Fresh looking to get a little fresh here. Let's see if we get a fancy little engage, leap, Blessed Shield. Come on, do it. Do it. Nope, Gazlo's gonna get on out of there. And now the bottom fort in bad shape. Meanwhile, Tychus in the top lane trying to get a little bit of catch-up done. They know Tychus is alone. Let's see if they aggressively rotate to the top. And will they be able to interrupt the hearth? Oh, just a split second too late. All right, So they still got all their keeps. It is 7 kills to 1, but they do have enough gems for a turn-in. Don't try to force the turn-in. Just play your game.
Shatter the
I haven't seen a mosh quite yet. Sometimes a decent mosh is better than no mosh at all. Alright, blue spider wave coming over to Heavy Greg. We'll see if they can turn the tides here a little bit. There is the mosh on Sonya. Just a single, but you know what? You know what happens? Oh, unfortunately that Maiev ult. Anti-synergy with the rest of them. And now we do see Gazlo go down, as does ETC. Just a little bit disjointed there. Maiev is going to be prime loop. Synthesis is going to have to get out of there. Probably going to get chased down by Chromie, and he does. And unfortunately, that's 3 more kills over to the side of all random all mid. Playing very strong this round. The Anduin just disrupting any sort of plans that they're having on the side of Heavy Greg. And I told you before the match started, if you weren't going to be able to kill Muffin Man, you're going to have issues. Hasn't died this match.
Return the gems to me.
Died a couple times last match. Alright, Bruiser Camp being picked up by Heavy Greg, as is the same on the side of ARAM. Overall, so far for this comp for Heavy Greg, the ults have kind of missed for the most part. They haven't been able to time up their Gazlo bomb, their mosh pit. Things have kind of been a little bit out of sync, which is okay. All it takes is one. Nearly enough gems. Oh, the unstoppable. Oh, once again, just kind of whiffing on the ult. There goes Temporal Loop onto ETC. He's able to survive with his Malfurion ult, and Mosh Pit just completely misses. Kind of a panic ult there. But everyone's okay. 4 members half health for ARAM. There's a huge minion wave marching down here at the bottom that Gazlo's going to have to go deal with. Uh-oh, Chim Chim. Okay, he's alright. Now enough gems for the red team. We'll see if blue tries to, uh-oh, mind control does miss. Chromie out of position. Anduin might hop in and save her, as is tradition. But Johanna getting very, very low. Oh, demounted with that grenade, but no harm done. Oh, Will of the Forsaken, beautifully timed by Sylvanas. Woo! She was dead to rights. Really, it's just been a big tease for Heavy Greg this match, this round, this map, this game, if you will. And now Heavy Greg's just looking to aggressively defend. $21 gems still needed for them. See if they try to force the issue with this middle court. Looks like not so much. Everyone looking a little hesitant to start something. Nobody wants to engage. Which kind of goes in favor of Heavy Greg, I think. Aram was having a successful try at just kind of being the aggressors early in this match. Time Loop does go out onto Synthesis, who does just hippity hop on out of there. 4-man mosh pit followed by a leap interrupt. There goes the Gazlo bomb. Finally some ult value, but ETC does go down. Anduin finally goes down. There goes the stasis onto the Sonya, followed up by the Root, and Sonya goes down as well. So 2 kills to 1 in favor of Heavy Greg, and now a little bit of shift in momentum as Chromie is also low. Big red button takes her out. And level 20 is available for Heavy Greg now. That's all it takes is one just solid use of your abilities to change a match. And now we might see the double boss plus spider turning. Remember, ETC is still on his way. Modus trolling knows what they're up to. Kind of posturing. We'll see if uh-oh. Oh, Maiev does get the turn just in time with the boss, so Spider's pushing with the boss down the top lane and all 4 members. ETC setting up for an aggressive engage here. He's going to get out of there as they can see him with that wall. Mind control does go out on a Gazlo. No harm done. Boss is taking down this keep relatively quickly. ETC smartly standing back as he knows Anduin's going to use the pole. Oh, snare does miss from Anduin. Keep is down, boss on the core, and all of a sudden, Heavy Greg threatening. There goes the Gazlo bomb. Oh, 2 members down. Spider Queens and boss pushing on the core. It's at half health, 2 members down, possibly 3. Oh, it's going to be so close. Tychus goes down as well. No! One last boss hit and it's GG for Heavy Greg. 2 games to nothing. Turned it around. Take a look at some post-game stats. Chromie leading the way with 84,000 damage, 8 kills. It was 4 kills to 16, and yet Heavy Greg's able to turn the objective around just at the right time, march that boss down the top lane with the win condition, take out the keep, and get the 2-0 domination of all random, all middle-aged. What a crazy turnaround at the end there. We'll see if we can get someone from Heavy Greg in here for the interview. And meanwhile, let's take a look at the official 2-0 victory for Heavy Greg. Boom, boom. No extra innings tonight, team, unfortunately. The 2-0 goes over to Heavy Greg. And that might actually get them somewhere in the standings. Which do not want to show up for some reason. All right, looks like we may not be getting anyone for a post-game interview, but we had some good games out there. Heavy Greg taking home the 2-0 domination of all random, all middle-aged. And, very close overall. And in game number 2, you hate to see it for ARAM losing that with dominating and kills so bad. But like I said, all it takes is one team fight turnaround, objective turn in, boss, and then all snowballs from there. So excellent job by Heavy Greg turning it around, not losing faith. And if you're ARAM, I think you go back to the drawing board a little bit. Look at the big fights that you lost in both games towards the end there. Kind of figure out where things went off the rails. But overall, you stick with kind of what you had going on and stay aggressive, I think was the main thing that they needed to do. Oh, looks like we do have someone here in the post-game interview. Randy Newman, welcome.
Greetings. Thank you. Thank you for casting.
Congrats on the 2-0 there. How's it feel?
Oh, it feels good. Yeah, it was a well-played series for sure. I felt like both games could have gone either way with one bad fight or one good fight sort of turned the tide.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, it seemed like in both games, one late game team fight turned it around for you guys in both games. So very nice. So let's go back to Dragonshire. Who'd you play?
I was the Sylvanas.
Sylvanas, very nice. And you had some pretty nice mind controls. It was a back and forth game. At the end,
Very.
it was 12-12 in kills.
Was
how
it?
are you? Yeah. You guys did get all 3 Dragon Knights, so is that a map that you guys kind of practice on? You guys seem to have a pretty decent strategy rotating between shrines.
Yeah, I'd say one of our strengths is probably the offlane role, and I feel like that's a map where having a strong offlaner can really shine. So I think that's definitely one we like, but I don't know. Actually, did we even? I can't remember if I guess we did pick that map. We don't have super strong maps that we we have to play this one or that don't want to play that one. I feel like we play a lot of just quick match games and play them all. So
that's where the real fun is,
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice. And then we head over to Tomb of the Spider Queen, which you guys also picked, and you played, let's see if I can remember.
I was the Malfurion.
Malfurion, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts on going Twilight Dream?
I went Tranquility because I was terrified of just getting stun locked forever. I was kind of expecting Light Bomb Falling Sword, and as soon as I picked Malf, I was like, we don't have any cleanse, and I was very concerned. They had some really nice combos that were extremely scary, so I was playing a full screen away from everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, if I can survive, I'm hoping the throughput for Malfurion will be enough to win some of these fights late games. It seemed like it was just enough at the end there.
Yeah, it really was. You guys barely walked out of one of those fights with your Tranquility still going, and then you turned it around.
Yeah, exactly.
After that first kill they had once their level 10s came online, where they killed 2 of you guys with their ults, were you guys kind of like, uh-oh, here we go?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the comms were during that, yeah.
Nice.
But we were able to sort of cut our losses and not take too much damage, which was fortunate. We did a pretty good job mitigating what could have been pretty catastrophic losses, I'd say.
Very nice. I think one of the most fun things in Heroes of the Storm is that gutsy core call at the end there where you're like,
Yeah.
every bit of damage you got and people are dying and
Yeah.
you're just screaming. What are those comms like?
Yeah, yeah. Click the core, click the core. I'm like, oh, I wish I took broccoli at 1 for the extra damage.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
that was
congratulations.
close.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks.
it was fun to watch. You guys, I think you guys match up well, and I think if you're
Yeah.
all random, all middle age, you don't go back too down on yourselves. You played a good match. You
Oh yeah,
you
they
kind of
played a really good
dominated in
match.
kills in the second game, so very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah, they played really well. I think we might have to try to scrimmage against them or something because they were fun games and it seemed very, very evenly matched. So,
Well, cool, man. How long you been doing NGS?
ooh, I don't remember how many seasons it is. Probably 5 or 6. I was part of the Randy Newman crew originally, and yeah, I think we started in Division D and kind of bounced around from there. So, I've been doing it for quite a while.
That's awesome. It's good to see people sticking around and continuing with it. I love watching the community grow, even though the game is not supported.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a really good group of players, and I know a bunch of the people on this team, all random, all middle-aged. I recognize them over the seasons of playing against them, and they're always good teams and fun to play against. So it's really fun to see them still playing too.
Very nice. Well, before I let you go, I'll let you take the floor for any shout outs or whatever you want to do, man.
All right, well, thank you very much for casting, and thanks to NGS for giving us a venue to play organized competitive games, and certainly thanks to our opponents who put up a heck of a fight against us, gave us all we could handle. Hope to play them again. And all the viewers, all our fans.
All the fans. All right, Randy
That's
Newman,
right.
everyone.
All right, take
Congrats
care.
tonight. Yep. Don't go.
Yeah,
Don't
thank
go
you.
too crazy celebrating the victory. Keep it.
Yeah, victory brawl probably. Maybe we'll see him in ARAMs.
There you go. All right, man.
All
Good luck in the
right, take
rest of the
care.
season.
Yeah,
See ya.
thanks.
There you have it, folks. Randy Newman healing his way to victory with the Tranquility pick on Malfurion and turning it around for his team in game number 2 and getting them the 2-0 domination of all random, all middle-aged. It's been a fun one tonight, and Heavy Greg is going to... Let's see if our standings will actually work this time. There it is. Heavy Greg should be somewhere here on the charts, but we'll see what's going on with the statistics. Giving them the first of their 2 weeks of wins. They'll get 3 points added on there, put them somewhere in the middle of the pack, and see if as they get these flex matches rounded out, if they can string together some wins. All random, all middle-aged. They're going to pick up no points there, but somewhere in the middle. Early in the season, like I said, I wouldn't do too much, have too much heavy consternation about the loss tonight. I think they did a great job. Had some excellent kills in game number 2 and especially in game number 1. And just stick with it. All right, guys, that is going to be it for the Stroke and our time tonight. No shout out for you, I guess, Xantha. I have been your host, The Stroke. It's been great bringing you some more NGS Season 16 action, as I'll continue to do for the rest of the season. Thanks for joining me tonight. If this is your first time in the chat, I'd love to have you hit that follow button. That'd be great. Show me support, and it'll let you know when I go live streaming Heroes of the Storm or some other games or casting other games and supporting the cause. And you can join the Stroke folk, which just sounds cool. If you like this content, you can find more content on our podcast, One More Game Podcast. We host a weekly podcast at twitch.tv/OMG podcast where we talk video games, the industry, game reviews, what we've been playing, things we're excited about here in the future. And we also talk about a major topic of the day, which can include anything from mental health and gaming to gaming with your kids to... we just finished up a 3-part series about the history of Nintendo, so it's been a pretty good time. And if you are looking for a gaming podcast, One More Game Podcast is there to have your back. So go check us out, Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That's One More Game Podcast by the Stroke. All right, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure. And before I let you go, I'll leave you with one final thought. Just because you have to grow up doesn't mean you have to stop gaming. Game on, gamers, and I'll see you next time in the Nexus. See ya! And thanks for the follows, guys. You're all awesome and beautiful.
It was a pleasure.
Boom, baby. Got him. Oh, insane.